No fewer than 16 of the top schoolboy football first teams arrived in Johannesburg to compete for the prestigious St. David's Challenge Cup. Teams from Johannesburg, KZN, Mpumalanga and the Free State were all in action during the highly competitive pool stages. All of the favourites emerged unscathed, and the final day of action saw a strength versus strength system deployed. Marion College and Uplands College were drawn together in a battle for 9th and 10th place. Both teams had their ups and downs in the opening rounds and were looking to finish on a positive note. The scores were deadlocked at 0-0 until the Uplands defence made a hash of clearing the ball, and from the edge of the box, a powerful left-footed strike saw the ball hit the back of the net. The goal was enough to seal a 1-0 victory and 9th place for Marion.
It's been good. We played some good teams, some fantastic players. I think the boys learned from the experience, and it's going to be good.
It was a very great experience. I mean, we came here last year again. We didn't perform as well as we could have. So this year we felt we had a point to prove, and it was a very good year for us. I think we performed adequately. We had a set training camp at school to prepare for all different types of situations, and it prepared us well enough, and we were able to handle it with each different team. Just seeing how they acted, and then we reacted to the situation.
In the battle for 11th place, Johannesburg rivals Parktown Boys and St. John's College were pitted against one another in somewhat of a grudge match. Neither side was willing to give an inch and got men behind the ball to ferociously defend their goal area. With time running out, Parktown were able to curl in a cross from near the touchline. The St. John's defence left a man unmarked, and he was able to neatly tap the ball in for a crucial goal. That was how things ended, with Parktown claiming the bragging rights in a 1-0 win against their rivals.
The results didn't go our way, but as a team we bonded, like I said, and we've improved a lot. Of course, we had a few injury problems in the last game, and that cost us quite a bit, but no credit away from Parktown. They had a brilliant game.
It's a good experience. You come here to have fun, and it's sort of like a pre-season friendly. So you come here and you pick up your fitness for the season ahead, and you enjoy yourself.
In the all-important semi-finals for the title, host school St. David's were drawn against Grey College from Bloemfontein. Both teams had been in top goal-scoring form throughout the tournament and were both unbeaten at this stage. The two sides seemed to have finally met their match and found the going tough against some solid defence, with the strikers needing their radars to be adjusted. A poor decision from the Grey goalkeeper saw him caught in no man's land, and St. David's were able to chip the ball over the top in an ambitious effort that fortuitously beat the scrambling defence into the net to see St. David's safely into the final with a 1-0 win.
Well, the boys got stuck and they kept going. They didn't give up. Sometimes you don't get it, like I said before, and we'll take that into the next tournament. We still have a few tournaments coming up. We still have to strive for the tournaments. We have a home tournament coming up, want to win, so we'll continue to push for that.
Well, first of all, I must say that it all started off when we warmed up. I think our warm-up went while our fire was up and just got into the game and did our thing. I mean, we've been playing well in the whole tournament, and it just had to show in the semi-final.
The defending champions from 2012, RDS Louis Botha, had torn apart everyone in the path to the semi-finals and were already being tipped as favourites for the title. However, they still needed to find a way past Norcombe Park in the semis. Norcombe Park had been clinical without really standing out in the tournament, but were full of confidence, having knocked a strong Kes side out in the quarterfinals. The two teams looked to cancel each other out and break on the counter-attack, but the two goalkeepers were determined to keep clean sheets and made some impressive saves. Louis Botha tried to break the offside trap and were almost through for a one-on-one with the keeper, but the referee blew his whistle for offside. The goalless draw forced the match to penalties, where RDS Louis Botha secured a berth in the final.
It was 50-50, that's how I can put it. But they're an academy side, so we just a school from Kempton Park, meet on Tuesdays and Mondays and train. So for me, I can say I can be proud of my boys. We went there to fight, but unfortunately, in God's will, we lost on penalties.
Well, we just played our semi-final game against Norcombe Park. It was rather a tough game, and the score ended at 0-0. We won 4-3 on penalties. They gave us a very tough game, and I have to give them credit.
The final was a repeat of the 2012 final, with St. David's up against Louis Botha for top honours. With silverware up for grabs, Louis Botha were in full flight and set down an early marker with their slick passing, keeping St. David's guessing. The striker picked up the ball on the edge of the area and volleyed the ball powerfully into the back of the net to open the scoring. Louis Botha were back on the attack a little later as the hosts were scrambling in desperate defense. The first touch from the Louis Botha striker almost let him down, but he still slid the ball past a charging keeper to double the lead. St. David's had some chances of their own. Their best opportunity to get on the score sheet came from a long ball forward and a horrible error from the defense that had the striker in. Sadly, his hurried shot was straight at the keeper. Louis Botha continued to show their dominance and eventually completed an emphatic 4-0 triumph to lift the St. David's Challenge Cup for a second consecutive year.
Well, this tournament, for one case, it's a very competitive tournament. So this is where we get to see which players are the best.